Bula Vinaka and welcome to Pacific Pulse. I'm Tania Nugent. Coming up,
All actors ready?
the Vanuatu theatre company that started small but is still going strong 20 years later.
It's on my track.
South American influence in the South Pacific. And dance from the islands of Wallis and Futuna. You can probably guess from the name how One Small Bag Theatre Company started. Yep, with just one small bag. 20 years later and the company is still going and growing. I caught up with the One Small Bag crew on the set of one of their hit productions.
We ready? Rotate. And action. Get her up!
I play a policeman's wife. The husband goes around with other girls, comes back with the disease, HIV/AIDS, gives it to her.
Drama, corruption, scandal and heartbreak. All the right ingredients for a juicy soap opera.
You're under arrest.
We're on the set of Love Patrol, Vanuatu's first TV soap, now in its second series.
Where did you go last night?
Out with the boys.
Is it so hard to be here with me? I think it's popular because the issues are, it's related to what's happening at the moment in many communities and towns.
The Love Patrol TV series is an exciting new chapter in the history of Port Vila-based One Small Bag Theatre, an organisation started in 1989 by actor and director Peter Walker and his wife, English teacher Joanne Doris. With a company of just 4 people, they toured Vanuatu's islands with one small bag of props, using the tools of theatre to spread good health messages.
Over the years, you come to realise the huge barriers that exist that stop people sort of being able to take up what might seem like a very reasonable message.
Because Vanuatu, we have our customs and cultures, tradition, yeah, and what we are doing, especially talking about reproductive health, HIV, yeah, and especially this kind of issue where you're talking about sex, and yeah, that's too sensitive, very sensitive back in communities. And maybe you can talk about this issue in urban area, yeah. But back in the communities, this issue is very sensitive, so you have to go very slowly.
The company now also tackles issues like the environment, corruption in politics and domestic violence.
Now with the performance we do an after-play discussion where we try and go deeper than the performance or try and pull out the things from the performance that we want people to think about.
I wish I could play you.
And so Love Patrol, in a sense, was a way of getting deeper into things by having 10 parts of the series where you can follow somebody's life.
Because it cuts it in pieces, people see a bit at a time, so they get to like remember most of the things that are in it.
No, we do get people writing in, we do get letters after shows saying, you know, this is about my life.
All actors ready?
One Small Bag is also building a skilled group of local filmmakers in Vanuatu. Apart from an Australian director of photography and Peter as director, all the Love Patrol's cast and crew are near Vanuatu. Most of them have only had a primary school level of education.
It's really hard to find a job here. I mean, Love Patrol takes up 4.5 months of their lives. So also they're kind of pretty dedicated to being crew, and they earn more probably in that 4.5 months than they would in a year of doing anything else.
Today, One Small Bag Theatre Company employs 100 people, full-time and part-time, and each year it produces at least 2 new plays, countless radio programs, films and the TV series, all supported with resources like booklets and teachers' guides. Here at One Small Bag you'll find a lot more than just theatre performance spaces. The place has expanded over 20 years and now includes sporting facilities, a traditional food garden, and the town's main STI and HIV clinic is right here as well.
And so the peer educators from the clinic can come and talk to the youth who come to play sports And it really is a lovely symbiotic thing that's going on.
We've set up a youth project, and lots of youth come here too to join clubs, sewing classes and cooking classes.
One Small Bag survives on aid money, with core funding from the Australian and New Zealand governments. Additional revenue from the sale of educational booklets for their plays and radio programs is being used to buy land.
Because that's one of the most pressing needs that we can see, is to have enough land that we're secure with to make sure One Small Bag goes into the future, and the spaces for the youth are enough.
I think that small activities that One Small Bag has started has given young people hope.
Rapa Nui, or Easter Island, is the only Spanish-speaking nation in the South Pacific as a special territory of Chile. Young and proud Rapa Nui told Bernadette Nunn how they want the world to know about this remote part of Polynesia.
Rapa Nui shocked and wowed the crowds in conservative church-going American Samoa at the Festival of Pacific Arts.
There was one lady that was kind of complaining because we're almost naked. But they understood that it's a different culture, it's a different way of seeing life. The boys are all the time dressed with the traditional costumes and painted, and everybody wants to have a picture with them because it's so unusual that it stands out. So it's not shocking anymore.
The young Rapa Nui were amazed to discover how much they share with their distant Polynesian neighbours.
The hula thing, and it was like, whoa, that's a big mixture. And well, of course, the similarities between Hawaii and Tahiti. The haka for the New Zealanders, it's the hoko for us, so it's pretty much the same thing. Everyone is different to each other, but at the same time they're similar.
Rapa Nui, or Easter Island, is best known for its giant stone statues, monuments to an ancient lost era. While Spanish is the language of this outpost of Chile, there is a resurgence in the traditional language, Rapa Nui.
There has been an improvement and a revival of the language that started around the 70s, and it's kept going until now, and it will continue. Even the most Western, modern culture changed. So we have also changed and evolved, and maybe took some influences from Marquesas Island or maybe from Tahiti, but the essence of the culture is still there. That one is not going to change at all, and it will continue in time. All the people on the island are very keen to pass on the knowledge to the youngest generation. So, and in this group, it's quite a young group. I think the oldest one is like 35, and the youngest is 16. So it's quite a young group that wants really to show the world their culture and transmit that to the rest.
Thanks for watching Pacific Pulse, and we'll leave you with dance from another little-known Polynesian nation, Wallis and Futuna, located between Fiji and Samoa. Bye for now.
Oina que vela ile pai ba o futuna e tosi ale poto.